Hi, welcome to Gramophone Music Studio YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about everything you should know about the ABRSM Performance Grade, including recording guidelines, pre-performance procedure, and some tips to help you with the exam. You may want to check out our previous videos about the ABRSM exam information and also explaining music exam components in layman's terms so you can totally understand the content of this video. We also have another video of the ABRSM Performance Grade within 1 minute. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to us and like our videos so you will see more videos from us. So, what is ABRSM Performance Grade? It is a digital exam offered by ABRSM and is assessed remotely via video recording submission. The exam is available for grade 1 to 8 and ARSM, and also initial grade for piano and violin currently. The exam can be taken all year long. The physical exam that we know from pre-COVID era is now known as the practical grade. ABRSM now offers both practical grade and performance grade to candidates. They are equivalent in value and qualification. Candidates can switch between the two exams. I will make a comparison video about these two exams next, so don't miss it. The component for performance grade will be 4 exam pieces, which is 30 marks each. That makes a total of 120 marks. The next component would be a performance as a whole, that takes 30 marks. It is a new aspect introduced for performance grade, and I'll explain it in details later. The total mark for the exam is still 150 marks like practical grade. The level attainment also remains the same. To pass, you need 100 marks and above. For merit, you need 120 marks and above, and distinction will be 130 marks and above. Here is the marking criteria for exam pieces. You may have a detailed look from the link in description box. Performance as a whole is a new aspect, which is to assess if the candidate can deliver consistently, allow personal involvement and musical characterization, interpretation of musical elements, effective technical control, ensemble skill with the accompanist or duet partner, and stamina to maintain and deliver the entire performance. The full mark would be 30 marks. And here is the marking criteria for performance as a whole. You may check it out clearly from the link in description box as well. The candidates should select 3 pieces from the current syllabus, 1 from each list. Then select an own choice piece, which will be the 4th piece. The syllabus overlapping is also applicable to performance grade. For details, you may check out our ABRSM info video. So, how to select the own choice piece? Basically, it can be any music that the candidates enjoy and will complete the set of 4 pieces. The piece must be of equivalent level or above. They can choose from the current syllabus from any list, their own composition or arrangement, or you can refer to the past syllabus and find any pieces that attracts you. Keep in mind that the duration of the own choice piece must meet the minimum duration requirement, but within the maximum duration of the exam. For grade 6 to 8 strings, woodwind, and brass candidates, the own choice piece can be performed on a related instrument. I'll talk about it in details later. Here is the minimum duration of own choice piece and maximum program time for piano. You can view them from the link in description box. The requirements may differ for other instruments. Kindly check from your respective syllabus. The examiner may stop listening if the video exceeds the maximum program time. For strings, woodwind, and brass candidates taking grade 6 to 8 performance grade, you can choose the own choice piece for a related instruments. Please refer to the table for details. The pianos that are accepted for performance grade assessment are grand piano, upright piano, and digital piano that are touch sensitive and weighted keys. However, there are limitations on digital pianos, so candidates may need to choose pieces that are suitable on it, or I will recommend recording on upright piano if possible. For instruments with accompaniment, live accompaniment will be the best. but due to COVID situation, these are the options that are accepted until at least July 2022, like unaccompanied, live accompaniment using video conference software, pre-recorded accompaniment, and commercial backing track. For more information, check the PDF in the description box. The exam recording can be done at any suitable venue that candidates prefer, and minimum grade 5 theory or other alternatives is still required for grade 6, 7, and 8 performance grade exams. The grade 6 performance grade exam also contributes UCAS points for UK college and university admission, just like practical grades. And here are the items to prepare for the video recording. You need your instrument, the book for exam pieces, your photo ID, which could be your IC or passport, or the candidate identification form, your program form, and your tuner if you're using it, and also the recording device. The checklist and the forms mentioned above can be downloaded for free. Check out the description box. Moving on to the recording requirement. The video must be taken in one continuous take and unedited. The audio and visual must be recorded on the same device without post-editing. It can be done in portrait or landscape mode. It can be done on any device such as phones, tablets, or laptops. It's recommended to be done in 720p. The camera should be static. The candidate, instrument, and if possible pedals for piano and music stand if used should be clearly seen from the angle. The candidate's face should be visible throughout the performance. Here is an example of the video angle for piano. It can be taken portrait or landscape mode and should be at the side view that is able to see the candidate's face, full keyboard, and pedal if possible. For instruments with piano accompanist, it can also be portrait or landscape mode. The candidate, instrument, and music stand if used should be clearly visible. Accompanist should be in view. However, if impossible to view both, the candidate should be prioritized as the main focus. ABRSM encouraged the candidates to record now and submit later. They can record in advance as long as they follow the recording guidelines and pre-performance procedure. They can then submit the video for assessment. For woodwind and brass candidates, they are allowed to take one break during the recording within the time frame shown on the right side. The video recording must still go on during this time. There is no specific requirement for attire, but we recommend formal attire as in public performance. Responsible adult is needed for candidates below 18 years old. Their role includes registering the candidate for the exam, ensuring that candidates follow all the guidelines, complete declaration form during video submission, stay in the room for entire duration of recording, and ensure video is in one continuous take. They can also act as page turner, accompanist, handle recording device, and carry out pre-performance procedure if needed. At the beginning of the video, candidates should follow the pre-performance procedure. First step is to show the program form. Next, show the own choice music copy. And the third step would be the announcement. And lastly, to show the photo ID. Then, the candidates can start playing in the performance order. Responsible adult may assist for step 1 to 3. For step 1, candidate has to show the program form to the camera for approximately 5 seconds. It needs to be readable from the video. Fill in the program form according to your performance order. The new form from January 2022 includes national ID for candidates in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Macau, China, and Taiwan. For the other countries, you can fill in the ABRSM candidate ID if known. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank. Here is the latest program form to be used. You may find this in the description box. Firstly, you have to fill in the name, candidate ID or national ID, subject, and grade. And now, fill in the title, composer, list information of the exam pieces in your performance order. Then, the year of syllabus and if any related instrument is used. And lastly, the information for own choice piece, which includes the arranger if applicable, book title, and publisher. Leave it blank if you choose a piece from the syllabus. Here we have completed the program form. You have to show the form near enough the camera so the examiner is able to read the information. Step 2 is to show the own choice music copy. This is if your own choice piece is not from the current syllabus. Show it to the camera for approximately 5 seconds. The title, opening clef, key, time signature, tempo marking should be seen clearly. You may show only a few lines of the music. It's not necessary to show the whole page. The responsible adult may assist in this step. Here is an example. You can show the whole page or just a few lines from the music. Ensure the required information is clearly visible. Step 3 is announcement of candidate's name, subject, grade, and then the pieces includes the title, composer, and list information in the order of performance. The year of syllabus as well as own choice piece information. The responsible adult may assist in this step. Here is an example of the announcement. You can also download the Editable script for your preparation. The final step is to show photo ID. The candidate should prepare the photo ID such as IC or passport or the candidate identification form. My kit is not accepted as it does not contain photo of candidate. The candidate should hold the ID next to his or her face. This step must be carried out by the candidate and his or her face must be in full view. It does not need to match the national ID provided during registration. So for instance, candidate can show passport even if the document doesn't contain the national ID. Now, candidates can start playing the exam pieces according to the performance order. About the exam booking, you can register on ABRSM website. The registration period opens at the beginning of each month. It's recommended to register a month before your desired exam date. So for instance, you want to take the exam in April, you have to register by early March. Late entry is possible but is subject to availability. You have to fill in the candidate's or parent's email when registering. It is to create the candidate ID. Then you may select the exam date, which is the deadline for submission, and pay. The video submission can be done via both applicant ID or candidate ID. The rescheduling of exam date can be done at least 48 hours in advance and is subject to availability. The exam date actually means the submission deadline. The candidates do not have to record on the actual day. It is advised to record 2 to 3 weeks before the submission. You can submit the exam video by logging into ABRSM account, either the applicant ID or candidate ID. Select Submit Recording on the dashboard and complete the declaration form. You must upload the correct video as you cannot submit again. The submission can be done from the date of registration until the exam date 8 p.m. UK time. Late submission is not accepted, so please plan ahead. The exam fees is based on grades and will be updated every year. The details can be found on ABRSM website. The result can be checked via ABRSM account in 2 to 4 weeks' time, and the certificate will be posted to the address provided during registration. The infringements including inappropriate standard of own choice piece, or your own choice piece being too short or a program that is too long. Presenting a program less than 4 pieces or less than 3 pieces from the current syllabus. Taking unpermitted breaks, or submitting video that is not under 1 tick. The candidates may face consequences such as warning for minor infringement, mark deductions, or disqualification. Access arrangements can be provided for candidates with special needs such as specific learning difficulties, autism, ADHD, visual impairment, hearing impairment, physical difficulties, and tics. They can request for rest breaks or chaperone or prompter required, and you should select it during the registration and provide supporting evidence. If there's no suitable arrangement, you can still specify so the examiner is aware of the candidate's condition. Now, here are some recording tips to help you ace the exam. Use a tripod. If using a phone to record, tripod will be great in keeping the camera static throughout the recording so your hand won't be sore from holding the phone. Next, you should test the camera position. Where you place the camera can make a lot of difference. If it's too near, the distortion may occur. When it's too far, it could be too soft and difficult to hear. You should experiment and find the most ideal position. Next, rehearse before recording. Rehearse the whole process including the pre-performance procedure to avoid endless retakes. And the fourth tip is to have everything ready before you begin. Prepare all the items needed before starting and ensure there's enough storage and battery level for the recording device. And you should do some test runs. Doing a few test runs can help the candidates to familiarize with the whole process. Listen back to the recording to check if the sound balance, dynamics level can be heard clearly, and make adjustments if needed. You can also find the areas to improve based on the recording. And lastly, having some small breaks within 5 seconds in between the pieces would be ideal for both the candidates and listener, which is the examiner, to be mentally prepared before moving on to the next piece. And that is all we have covered for ABRSM Performance Grades. All the documents mentioned in the video can be downloaded for free. Check out the link in the description box. Drop us a comment, questions in if this video helps you. It keeps us motivated in putting up new contents. All information is correct by the date of publication. In the event of any discrepancies or inconsistency, ABRSM's information shall prevail. Now, thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video if it helps you. See you next time.